look who's coming out of storage to share her parts. Wait, no, his parts.
Venom, baby. If you guys don't know what truck this is my 2004 Dodge Ram SRT10. And of course, it's got big old turbo. Alright guys, I forgot to push the clutch in. I guess it's been a minute since I've done a burnout. Gotta get back to racing Venom and Whitey. But yes guys, that's my 900 horsepower, 1000 horsepower. I really have no idea at the moment of what kind of power it's making. 2004 Dodge Ram SRT10. So we got the wideband O2 sensor out of SRT10, the turbo SRT10 of course. And we're gonna start working on Whitey now. We got gauges to install. Again, that wideband that we stole from SRT10, we got a boost gauge slash vacuum gauge to install, and we got a big tachometer that's sitting right there on the dash. We already started kind of stripping them apart and getting working on it. The other thing we did too is we got the wastegate pipes put on and the hood cut more, so when you shut the hood, boom. It is final cut. Now all we have to do is clean all these edges up and get the marker off of it and probably give Whitey a bath because he is absolutely filthy. But I think it looks sick, guys. What do you guys think of the tubes popping up? I'm pumped. I hope you guys are too, because after we get these gauges installed and wired in, we will be starting to work on the tune for this truck. We did have to end up putting just that Walbro 450 back in and just a stock tank. We will only be on 93 octane at first on like 8 or 9 pounds of boost because I ain't got the funds for a full E85 fuel system yet.
It's expensive.
It's very expensive and we'll be there soon. But for right now, we can't even go drag racing. I do live in Minnesota and it's about to snow, so.
What can you do?
Yep. But JT will kind of show you how we built this bracket and where we're gonna put it, because we are gonna be stripping this truck down. So this is going to go where the HVAC control head went.
Right here.
Maybe.
There we go.
Yes.
Yeah,
so right there, and then we got the tack sitting up there. And we will eventually gut this truck, so that's pretty exciting. We need to build a little wiring harness because we need to tap into the coil pack for the tachometer, and then we need, with this green wire, run it into the gauge because this is the actual sensor for our boost vacuum gauge. So we got both our wires in the vise right here. JT's got his end in the drill, as you guys saw, and now all he's gonna do is pull that trigger and watch these wires spin up. That's good. Alright, now we're just going to go around and electrical tape probably every foot, and then that will be our new harness for our 2 wires that we need to run through the dash.
Beautiful. So we got the harness made, all taped together, a few different locations, and I'm going to send it through to Eric, who is inside of the truck, doing other wiring things. How's it going in there, Eric?
Doing other wiring things?
Yes.
I'm wiring in the gauges. So we're using the wiring from the, we're actually using the wiring straight off from the blower head HVAC control module because it's not going to be in use. So I was going to tap into the radio, but I'm going to keep the radio in the truck because music. And yeah, I'm just going to use these because they're not going to be used anymore. And then JT up through the clutch pedal hole, which is very dark. Alright, up here guys, JT is running some wiring through, which I can see right there, and these are going to be our, alright, that's good for now. Right there, we're using the clutch pedal grommet because this is an automatic truck, so that works out great, unless we go to a manual in the future. Then we have to move wiring.
Yes.
But yes, so now we're going to just start soldering all this stuff in, hooking stuff up, plugging stuff in electrical guru, and then everything will hopefully work. Been sitting here soldering and wiring stuff in, and we got the wideband fully wired in, and the boost gauge, and the tack up there. So if you turn the key on, we got power to both of them. And then our tack has power, and if we turn the lights on, the tack light comes on. So we're gonna get this all wrapped back up, and then we gotta put wire in our SCT plug-in for our tuner itself, so we can actually read off the wideband of what it's reading, and put the whole dash back together. But it's come together, and I'm super pumped. I hope you guys are too. JT's out there playing with the welder. Are you having fun TIG welding?
Yes, very much so.
So just cruising along, getting Whitey done, and then we'll have to start building a tune and a base map for him to actually run on these 80-pound injectors and this 2-bar map sensor that we installed too. If you guys want to know what kind of fuel system we installed, what injectors, and what map sensor we're running, the video will be right here for that whole thing. We got everything wired in, everything's hooked up. We need to still zip tie up our wiring that we have down here, but we have our wiring ran. We're right now going to install the gauge bezel, and you guys can see this full thing in like 2 seconds. Boom! Everything's installed. So we got the big tack, shift light, we got the wideband O2, and we got our boost gauge right there, and everything is looking great. So this install is done, and JT's over there just welding and having a great time. We got a few things under the hood to touch up for electrical, but I need to get a fuse tap for out here. We got to run powers and grounds to our sensor right here. We got a fan controller that's not here, we need to wire in, and we need to get some liquid electrical tape for that negative tap into the coil pack for the tachometer. But guys, in our next video we're going to be building a bass tune for the truck and actually going and taking it on the street. Yes. No, you're good, dude. I'm excited and pumped too. I'm so pumped, aren't you?
Oh, very.
Oh, all this work.
So sweet.
Couple months worth of work, and you guys can see that it's definitely worked out in our favor. We got the twins hooked up, everything's plumbed up, waste gates, blow off valves, boost gauges, wide bands, 2-bar map sensor, all that good stuff. Oh, we got our catch can in right there with our nice stainless steel AN lines going to it. Everything, narrow bands hooked up, wide bands hooked up, oils hooked up, turbos are fully plumbed up and hooked up to our intercooler. We got a big transmission cooler that JT installed right there. And yeah, guys, we are ready for some street hits. And I'm so pumped. Yeah! So pumped. Yeah! So again, guys, we're gonna be on 93 octane for our next tune file, just because I don't have the money for the fuel system right now.
Eventually.
Before we go to the dyno, we will definitely have a fuel system in it. Yes. But this winter, I think we'll play around with 93 octane and on the street. But as always, guys, keep it boosted, and we'll see you in the next one. Peace!